I'm Dan Drake. This is Front Up, and we have a special guest today, SteveTornovish, a member of the Nantucket Police Department who has his hands in a lot of different things, and it's great to have you here, Steve.
Thank you. Very excited to be here.
Your immediate concern, I think, is that you're involved in something called the Nantucket Police Charitable Association?
That's correct. I'm the president of the Police Charitable Association. I take great pride in what we do. It's a great organization. I might be the public face of it, but I'll tell you, I'd be remiss if I didn't say immediately that the two people that do the most work there are Melinda Burns and Sheila Klinger. They really are the heart and soul of what the Police Charitable is all about.
And how long has it been in existence?
For quite some time. I'd say probably 30 years. I don't know if I'm overstating that or not, but I know that in some form it's been around for quite some time. I've been the president for the past 8 years.
And what do you do? What does the charitable association do?
Well, last year, for example, we gave out more than $8,000 in scholarships to graduating Nantucket High School seniors. We assisted with a number of sports programs, Little League, various activities, anything that's going to help children to better themselves and to find out who they are and to become productive members of our society. We try to really encourage that in any way that we can, and the one way that we can a little bit is financially. And finally, I think our most public venue is when we offer up our kids' Christmas party every year. It's a wonderful event. This year we held it out at the new VFW on New South Road. Fantastic place.
What age group is it geared to?
Children primarily between, let's say, 4 and 10, but every child gets a present from Santa. It's a fun, community-based event, and we love it. As a police department, as members of this organization, it's great. It's the most wonderful day that we have, where we're able to see a lot of smiling faces and hopefully do some good stuff.
That's great. And you have your big fundraiser coming up.
We do. We are going, upside down, there we go.
There we go. Sorry about that.
On March 29th, we have Danny Klein from the J. Giles Band has his own band, Danny Klein's Full House, and they do J. Giles music. They're coming down to play. It's going to be fantastic. The folks at the Chicken Box, Rocky Fox and Packy, are helping us out greatly with this.
Is this the first time you've done something like this?
The first time at the Box, yes. We've had cover bands come down from time to time in the fall generally, and that's been fun. We have a good time with that. But this will be a little bit different for us in a different venue and with someone maybe a little more high profile.
Tell us a little bit about the band, and then I'll put
Danny
this up
Klein
again.
is the bass player for the J. Giles Band. He was one of the 3 founding members. He's a character. I got to meet him in Newport when I went up with my wife to see the band play. They were fantastic. And he's just a piece of rock and roll history. He'll be 69 years old this year. Danny, J. Giles, and Magic Dick, the harmonica player, met at Worcester Polytech. They then ventured into Boston and met up with Peter Wolf, who was a DJ in Boston at the time, who became their lead singer, and the rest is history. They took off. They filled in with Stephen Joe Bladd on drums, Seth Justman on the keyboard, and they took off, put their first album out in 1970. Great live band, great Boston band, probably the quintessential Boston band, although some Aerosmith fans might take umbrage with that. That's okay.
You're a musician, right?
I don't know that I'd hazard to call myself a musician, but I hang around some musicians, and I'm in a band called Cranberry Alarm Clock. We will be playing before the Danny Klein Full House Band, and we're going to have a good time.
Get a chance to overlap with them and jam with them a little bit?
I don't think that I would disgrace the stage. My bandmates would be good enough to do it, but they actually have an outrageously great harmonica player, Rosie Rosenblatt, that's with them, and it's amazing because Magic Dick was really a pioneer in rock and roll harmonica. So for Rosie to be playing his stuff is quite heady stuff, and it's well beyond my meager talents.
So the Police Charitable Association's benefit is on Saturday, March 29th?
Yes.
At 7:30 at the Chicken Box.
That's correct. Doors will open at 7:30. We'll come on at 8. We'll play for a little bit. We're very excited about it, and then Danny's band will be on around 10 o'clock, I would imagine.
What do you do in your real life?
Well, when I'm not goofing around with my bandmates, I'm a sergeant with the Nantucket Police Department.
How long have you been with the police department?
I've been with the police department 10 years, actually coming on 11. I was a summer special. It was my midlife crisis job. And
what did you do before you became a police officer?
I was an accountant. I had a car rental business. I've done a number of things, but somehow I stumbled into this. I think I blame Tom Klinger for getting me involved with the police department, but it's been a good fit. I enjoy almost every single day that I'm there. I feel like I'm able to make a positive contribution to my community, and that's a big deal for me.
How, one of the issues with the younger people is turnover. And, you know, without getting into sort of how the department deals with it and so forth, is there a way, in your view, that Nantucket, I mean, this is not a problem only for the police department. It's a problem for the schools. It's a problem for
absolutely.
Private businesses, with younger people coming here and not finding quite enough, especially in February, to keep them happy. Do you have any thoughts on that? I mean, you grew up here, obviously, so it's a little different.
It's inherent in island life that you're going to have this turnover, whether it's with the police department or any other business, as you pointed out. The issue is that I will focus on the police department a little bit. We've got great young guys that come down. They're amazing police officers. They find things that they enjoy, but they'll have a girlfriend that says, no, I'm not going to live on the island, or their family requirements are such that they really don't see themselves setting up in a long-term basis here.
What about the issue of it's not exciting enough for them?
I will tell you that from speaking with a lot of my friends that have left and gone on to other departments, they will often say that they miss the police work here because they were able to be involved in a variety of cases, whereas you might become a traffic officer in another department. You're going to be more pigeonholed. Here, because we all have to wear many hats, you're going to be exposed to a lot more things, and I think that generally is appealing to the young officers.
You can cut this out and use it as a recruiting video for the police department.
It's a great place to work, and I don't think that anybody that leaves ever would say anything other than that, but it's generally not the job that makes them leave, and it breaks my heart, you know, when you see guys that are very good friends you know, having to move on for whatever reason. It makes it tough.